I got a new 3D printer, and I like it. All right, I have been putting my P1 through its paces. I have thrown some highly detailed prints at it, some large prints at it, and it hasn't disappointed. My first really detailed print I did with it was a little mini of a Gundam, and it came out fantastic. Just using a 3D scan I did of a larger kit, printed a beautiful mini. It absolutely can do details. The next thing I wanted to test with it was the crowded build plate. I've had hiccups with other resin printers where it's just when you crowd the build plate, the parts in the center may come out better than the parts on the edges, or you may not have a perfectly flat build plate and you may lose some of the parts. So what I did was I just went crazy. I downloaded this model of a prototype gun tank and just put every single piece I needed on the build plate, crowded it as densely as I could, and hit send. I just went for it. And there's just so much good in this. First, this was printed at 0.03 millimeters, one of the default print profiles using the ABS-like Resin Pro 2. I just used the default settings. I didn't change anything. I haven't done any kind of resin calibration, and this still looks great. Not a single piece gave me a problem. The build plate is perfectly flat. It better be. It's a big steel thing, unlike the aluminum one on my other printers. And it's just, with the automatic leveling, I've only had to do it once, and it's been perfect ever since. The light uniformity on it is perfect, so everything came out great. I've got no problems on this. And for this print, I enabled the AI features like the release detection, off-light compensation, just to see what kind of a difference it could make. So when I sliced this plate, the print time estimate was 10 hours, 28 minutes, I believe, and like 56 seconds, something like that. I'm going from memory here, but call it 10 and a half hours. The final print time, though, came in at a little over 8 hours. So doing the math on that, 20% time saving by using the automatic settings, and I don't see a single flaw or blemish on this yet. It came out great. I've really got no complaints whatsoever with how this finished. I'm gonna have to, give it a little alcohol bath, cure the pieces to really make a final determination. But as it is so far, this is fantastic. It really is. Let's see, how good is our bed adhesion? Pretty good. Get underneath one ledge somewhere. Find a corner, just hammer the thing off. There we go. Zero complaints here. Just look at how many pieces I crammed onto this for a single print. This is the entire model, including all the parts that need to be duplicated, like for the tank treads. And it just came out great. I can't wait to put this together. And I'm looking for defects or anything like that. Yeah, I can't find any. Yeah, this is great. I'll go ahead and give this a wash, give it a cure, pop the supports off, and we'll see how the cleaned up pieces look. And the parts are done. These just came out of my cure station. They are looking very nice. I'm very happy about that. Overall, A+. I've really got zero real critiques here, nothing I can complain about. The parts came out with a ton of detail. Edges are crisp and sharp, no warping, nothing misshapen. Everything looks great. There are some, I guess you can call it vertical bandings from, I don't know what you'd call it, the texture of the FEP film. Got harsh light here to try and accentuate it. But even then, it's not really super visible. Got a little bit of isopropyl still on this. But yeah, it looks great. The only real problems with this print are my own fault. On the build plate, I had these two pieces too close together. So the supports overlapped. So the supports from this piece are in the wall of this one, and the supports from this are in the wall of this one. My own fault. And I just had to reprint these two pieces. And that brings me to another point. Noise. The printer is quiet, like dead quiet, no noise whatsoever. How do you know? It's right next to me printing these replacement pieces right here. I can't get over that. My other printer, when it's running, the fans are loud, but this one is dead quiet. Editing Ken note, don't sit next to a resin printer when it's printing. Resin is not good for you. I simply have it here because I am testing it before it goes into its forever home. That being said, I am also a foolish man. Do not be like me. Take better care of yourself than I do. Virtually silent. It's fantastic. I can't get over it. But yeah, the print came out incredible. All the details are there. Edges are crisp. Everything looks sharp. And yeah, all I've really got to do is just clean some remaining supports out. They come out really easy. In fact, for most of these, I'll probably just go at them with a pair of tweezers or something and just pop them right out. I've got no concerns about fitment or anything like that. Surfaces are great. Top surfaces are really shiny, which I get happens with resin printers, but hey, I've got experience with resin, but the majority of my printing has been on FDM, which I just can't get over the hit print and go aspect of the P1. It's just, I haven't had a single warning pop up, a single issue, or anything like that. It's been fantastic. But I do have a couple just small issues. Drip tray, ledge, lip, whatever you want to call it. You can mount the build plate on the vat to let your parts drip, which is great. With other printers, I've had to print like a bracket to hold the plate so I could let my parts drip excess resin back into the vat. But on this one, it is so low and positioned so awkwardly that taller parts are going to dip into the resin. That's what happened with these. When I tried to initially do it the way it's supposed to be, the tip of the cannons here was dipped in the resin. Not really ideal, you know? And that's really a small complaint, but there's such a large Z-axis on this printer that if I make full use of it, I can't use the built-in drip tray. Small complaint, but I'm gonna find a reason to complain. The only other issue really is the time lapse. It's a cool feature to have, right? Like, I get it, it's a thing now with printers, but if you're gonna have that on the printer, it should really be more than, what is this, like 240p, 360p? Its quality is just I used it for this print, and I don't see myself ever using it again. If the printer had a better camera, Sure. And maybe a better angle, because for a good chunk of the print, it's not visible to the sensor. So if it had a higher resolution camera, maybe a wider angle, and a better view of the print, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Time-lapse would be cool, but as it is, not for me. But all things considered, as far as complaints go, those are small complaints. The printer is fast, it's reliable, it's quiet, the smart features make sense and work. They do what you'd want them to do. And the print quality, it's just stellar. Like, this is my first big piece on the printer. Tons of small details on these small parts, like these little bar overhangs. Came out crisp and clean. Like, support removal is dead simple. And even the smaller pieces just came out beautiful. And look at this. This is a little bar, and it was printed in an orientation that had supports all along the bottom, and they came off perfectly. It's perfectly round. It works. It's reliable. It makes fantastic prints. Everything I want is there. Small details like the holes on the surface of these Canon hands. I mean, look at that. It's perfect. It's great. I can't find anything to complain about. I believe that goes here. I am going to have to clamp the bottom of this a little bit, but actually, check it out. Press fit parts, press fit like you'd expect. Look at that. I haven't sanded this or even cleaned off a bunch of the smaller supports. Things just work. They just go. Yeah, I can't wait to build this now. Gonna do a little bit of support cleanup, hit it with some primer, some paint, and yeah, have a new custom model in my collection. But yeah, so far for this printer, I've gotten beautiful prints out of it. I've gotten strong functional prints. I replaced some handles, latching handles on some bins. I've gotten incredibly fine detail pieces out of it. And I printed a huge plate, just absolutely loaded to the brim, to the point where the slicer kept trying to put parts on a second plate, and I said, no, we're doing it my way. Oops, my fault. But even with a fully just loaded build plate, everything came out great. This is my new daily driver. No use for anything else now. This is just going to be it. Functional parts, artistic pieces, model kits. I'm going to be spending so much money on resin. I've already killed this bottle. There's a little bit left in the printer, but yeah, I'm going to be burning through a bottle a week. Look, if you need a printer, if you're in the market for a resin printer, this should be on your radar. It's fast, print quality is great, parts come out beautifully. There's really nothing else to say. Anycubic, good job. You made a solid machine. Can't wait to see what you come out with next.